back to the garden. I know I'm a little late with the January tour, but we had a lot of really great weather in January, so I got a lot of gardening and gardening projects done. First of all, we got a lot of rain and a lot of wind, so all of the different things that I've planted over the last several months have really started to take off, so that's really exciting. The peas that I planted several months ago finally started to grow, so those are looking really great and they're a great snack just while I'm walking around in the garden. And this bed where I dumped a bunch of lettuce seeds is really taking off, definitely thanks in no small part to all the rain that we've been having. So far, the citrus trees are still hanging in there. They didn't lose any leaves this winter. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, but overall, I'm really happy with the growth on them so far, and I think they're going to be pretty well established by the time it heats up this summer so that I won't risk losing them in the heat, although I'll still probably have to shade them. Back in November, I filled in some empty planters around the garden with some different succulents and some different flowers. And even though the rabbits have really been eating a lot of them, they're still doing pretty well and they are very pretty to look at. And even the little leaves that have fallen off have started to grow new plants, which is nice. I'm not sure how well these will fare during the summertime. In the past, even though they're succulents, the amount of heat and just how dry it was killed them off even when I moved them to the shade. So I might even have to bring some of these planters inside during the summer, believe it or not, but I think it'll be totally worth it because they are very beautiful. I bought some mums on the clearance rack back in November as well. They never really looked that beautiful, but I'm actually surprised that they're starting to come back a little bit. I'm not sure if it's because it's warm or because it's cold. It's always hard to tell when you're in Phoenix, but I'm excited that they're starting to bloom again. They're beautiful and they smell really nice too. So I think if they grow out nice, it'll be a really beautiful addition to my garden. My tomatillo plant has been such a treat. Although it did get completely wild and out of control, I had tons of tomatillos and this is my first time growing them and quite honestly my first time eating them. I thought they were delicious. They were like crunchy little apples without a core and they were a wonderful little snack. I really enjoyed them. I will definitely be growing these every year from now on, but hopefully I'll put them in a spot where they have a little bit more room to go all over the place. On the other end of this bed, there is a lot going on, including a tomato plant, a pepper plant, some herbs, some lettuces, and some kale. This is my main spot actually to come get lunch, which is really cool. This bed, which was kind of an experiment in biodiversity in the garden, has a lot of really neat little things hiding in there. I've been able to get a lot of very small cherry tomatoes out of here. I've got arugula, and then hiding down underneath are some different radishes and some different onions. So even though it's been a kind of a lot of work to maintain it, it's got a lot of food in there, and it's been really productive for me. This bed, which is mostly winter stuff, has been doing really well and filling in pretty neat. There's a great mixture of carrots, arugula, some different herbs, cabbage, kale, and then even a tomato plant and a pepper plant too. So there's been some good food in here for us to eat over this winter time. Hopefully it's not going to get warm too fast so that we have time for the cabbage and other things to grow. I actually had this funny occurrence with this cabbage. If you know what this is, please let me know in the comments because I have no idea what causes that weird thing to happen. And then peas. I went all in on peas right here at the end of the season. I had a lot of pea seeds and I was kind of concerned that they might not be good next year, so I just planted all of them. I do really like peas. It's one of my favorite vegetables, and it would be interesting to see if I could save them and freeze them to have throughout the year. So I planted a ton of peas and I put the little baskets over them like I usually do to protect them from the birds. So I'm really hopeful that I'll get maybe a nice pea crop here at the end of the springtime and have some peas to last me until next fall. And then a check-in on my spring seedlings. I did lose some because, as I said, I am not good at starting seeds inside, but they're not doing too bad so far. They will be going outside in about 2 weeks. I am so excited. I've already started to kind of bring them out into the sunshine. Cannot wait to get them into the garden. And that's the winter garden. Next time on the season 1 season finale, we'll be filling the new garden beds with dirt and get all started for the spring season. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I'm looking forward to a great gardening season with you in 2021.